Hello, come on in, guys. Welcome into, we're in office hours today. Welcome to the office hours call. I'm so excited to have you joining me. Yeah, this light, I'll tell you what, I look so much better in real life. Okay, come on in, guys. Welcome. Relatively small session this morning, which is a big change from last week. So, cool, works for me. Any public holidays? I think there are a couple. Brisbane, when's yours? No, yours is tomorrow. Anyway. Come on in. Okay. Who's in here for the first time? Can you let me know? Or let me know in the chat box. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I've got some questions coming in as well, which I will get started on in just a moment. We'll just let everyone come in. Let me know who's in first. Hey, Min. Got a lot of the girlies in. Andrea, are you Andrea? Andrea B. Also got Edwina, welcome. Gigi, Vanessa, Rachel, Annie, Kate, all the girlies. Come on in. Wonderful. Welcome, Kate. Kate's a first timer in her very first office hours. This is going to be fun. Oh, that's... Anyway. Okay. Edwina just had a massive power outage. Lucky my laptop is charged. Well done. And then if it continues, then you get to say, oh, well, can't do any work, and you get to have a day off. Gigi, your first time as well. Welcome, Gigi and Kate. Come on in, guys. Awesome. So as some girlies are already doing, right-hand chat box is where you can A, chat to me, but B, most importantly, put your questions in. So pop any questions. Oh, I just went to the gym this morning and I'm in so much pain. Pop any questions in there on the right-hand side and I will answer them in order. It's private, so you can see your question, but no one else can, so you don't have to worry. And I can see it. You don't have to worry about asking embarrassing questions. And I'm going to go from first through to last, working my way up. If you've sent a question in the portal in advance because you weren't sure if you could be here or because it had an attachment that you wanted me to look at or something like that, and you've sent it through the Doing Academy portal, then let me know that in the chat box as well. Say, hey, Grace, just like Vanessa and Andrea have, I've submitted something in the portal and I'll be able to hook you up. Cool. So we will get to work. Oh, feel the burn. Hi, Annie. You'll be glad to know, girlies. I don't know why you'd be glad to know this, but at the gym this morning, because I'm super, super competitive, my personal trainer, when I was doing my bench press, was like, I think you're about to hit the board. I was like, what board? And she said, the board on the wall of all like the top lifting women in the gym. I was like, where's the board? She showed me and she said, you're about to hit the bottom of it. And I'm like, what's the top on the board? Because I didn't have my contacts in. And she's like, okay, you got to be benching 60. I was like, no worries, next week. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to get on the board, which was very exciting. Pump that iron. Okay, so Vanessa, you were first, then Andrea. If you're an entrepreneur, you tend to compete in every part of your life. Okay. Vanessa, let me have a look at your FB ad. Open. And select. Oh, yes, I saw yours the other day. God's thumb. Where did I see this? I've replied to this. That sounded confident, didn't it? No, this is only yesterday you submitted it. I remember seeing this ad. Did I reply? No, I replied, and then now you've tweaked it again. Cool. No, you haven't tweaked it. I've definitely replied because I remember saying take the U out. Yeah, I definitely said. So I'll just quickly give you the feedback on the ad itself. Facebook, the best thing to do, guys, when you're doing your ads, and below every single video that's relating to Facebook ads in any of my portals, below every single video, there is update. I'm just trying to find it. If you go to answers, how do Americans say it? Answers .thedoingacademy.com. Go to answers.thedoingacademy.com and search for Facebook update. Answers.thedoingacademy.com. These are all the questions I've ever been asked, basically, with answers to them. if you search for Facebook update, the first one that comes up is called Facebook ad updates. And I've just put a summary. Whenever Facebook like tweaks the rules or tightens things up, I put it in here. Facebook obviously just continues as they get more and more and more advertisers. They have to think more and more about what needs to be in place so that the Facebook newsfeed doesn't start feeling spammy and overly salesy and really, really like targeted, I guess, in the advertising. So if you're in answers.thedoingacademy.com and you go and search for Facebook updates, you'll see June 7, 2017, a few months ago, Facebook started to say, you know what, we don't like it that you keep targeting people with the word you or your. So instead of saying, are your kids going crazy, or are you sick of feeling stressed every day about your sales and your business or whatever it is that you're trying to do, instead of saying you basically the words you, your, things like that should be taken out. So instead of saying, are you frustrated with live events that you walk into and you don't get any value from? Say, frustrated by live events that don't actually teach anything that, you know, can make an impact on a business. That's that kind of stuff. Just try and avoid the words you and your, because otherwise Facebook's newsfeed for their users ends up being, you know, are you stressed about your wedding? Are you struggling to lose weight? You, and people are just like subconsciously feeling super targeted. So Facebook doesn't like it so much anymore when you say you or your. So still talk to those negative pain points, but just don't use the word your. It's really easy to do if you just pause. How can I take out the word you or your? Cool. So that was the main element of that, I think, that I gave feedback on. What was the other part of your thingy? So now the reporting. Oh, you've only run it. Have you run it for? Oh no, it's going backwards. Sorry, I was just looking at the dates. So, have you run ads for 27 days? No, 5 days. Cool. It's really hard for me to see on this report. It's often better to screenshot. And you've got a screenshot below, but it's not of the whole thing. This report, just the layout makes it really hard to read. Cost per result, I can see that. Sorry, just let me go back to your question and see what the actual part of it was. Yeah, so if you're getting that few clicks with your ad, like you definitely want to be getting an email in the first day, like minimum. And if you've been running this for 5 days and you haven't got any emails, there's definitely a problem with what's your potential reach? 500,000 people, that's fine. So it's either normally an issue with the demographic and you're showing the ad to the wrong people, or it's an issue with the ad itself and the offer's just not getting any traction. So 2 free. I'm guessing it's an offer thing. Here's what I want you to do, because you're an e-commerce store, right? You're selling your own e-commerce product? I think you are. Here's what I want you to do. When it's physical product, I want you to go into the Doing Academy, go into module 3. Can you look at the expert interview in there with Ezra? So you'll see an e-commerce expert interview. Can you go and have a look at that? Because when you're selling physical product, there's a few things that it could be around the way that we're introducing the product to market. To be honest, I personally think it's a problem. I think there's something. Here's the other thing I want you to do. I think it's something with the ad itself isn't so bad that you should only have 8 clicks. Like, it's not that bad. So I potentially think it could be something around this is your company, isn't it? Yeah, so I reckon it could be something around the actual way that you set up your ad itself. So what I want you to do is this. I'm going to send you a link. How do I get it to you? Advanced. I'm going to send you a link of a troubleshooting video that I did. Skip through to the troubleshooting bit. It's like a quarter of the way in. Skip through and I do some troubleshooting and talk through the top things that I see people doing wrong in their ads. So you can go through and basically check it, tweak it if you need to, and tick it off, and know that you fixed any issues with your ads themselves. So it is in here, and the link is here, and I'll just copy it and send it to you. Copy, paste, write, where are you? Here, Vanessa, reply. Check out that link, check out Ezra's link. If you can do that this week, you'll be sitting in a much better place with both critiquing your ad and troubleshooting it, and then making sure that we've got the offer right, because they're the two parts, right? Making sure the ad's set up properly, and then that we've got the offer right. I don't see any fundamental issues with your audience, so I wouldn't think it's that. Hope that helps. Next question is from Andrea. Where am I? Over here. Andrea, let me answer yours. So you have sent in a question in the portal. I just got it here. Perfect. A for Andrea. I saw that earlier. Cool. It is that Andrea. Hi. See, I've replied to all of these. Let me just have a quick look, guys, because I'll actually send you the reply right now. Office hours. Bang. Yeah, it says we've replied. Weird. Check your inbox, Andrea, because I definitely sent you a response to this with a link I want you to go and check out. And it says here that it was sent yesterday. Can you go check that out? That'll give you like complete clarity. It's just a little bit of more additional training I want you to watch, basically. And who will help take things to the next level, because I love it that we've started to get good results from that ad. And your ad, right, you, because of your value of the product, like if you can be getting like 3 or 4 consults a week will kind of do you in your kitchen renovation design sort of space. That would do you 3 or 4 consults, and if you can close 2 of them, that's a lot of work for you. You probably don't need much more than that. So your consults are high value, and I'm glad we've already got a few coming in from those Facebook ads. But yeah, in terms of scaling them and continuing to run them, the biggest thing in your space, and I think Adam might have talked to you about this, is just don't put any more demographics in than your geographical region, geographical area. Just don't need to put any more in it other than that. You may want to try just going to females, but to be honest, in your market, it's too, when you're going in a geographical area and you're like, you know what, I can only service within, I don't know, whatever it is, 20, 30, 40, 50K of my area that I service, then there's not enough people in those kinds of demographics to go crazy on anything else, to go crazy on gender or interest or anything like that. Basically what Facebook does, if the audience is that doable, Facebook will optimize it for you. So it's tracking how long people watch your ad for, and kind of the first people that start pausing on your ad and reading it, Facebook's already, their algorithms already starting to break down that person's demographics and starting to find similarities. So its algorithm's crazy. It kind of self-optimizes for you. It's only when you're going into big markets, like all female entrepreneurs across America, that's when you need to start targeting it down. But if you're in a small geographical, kind of you're a local business, don't go too crazy on your demographics. It'll just get too small an audience. And as a result, if you've got a tiny audience, it just burns out quicker. You get that reach quicker than you would in a larger audience. Okay, next question is from Min. So, Andrea, I'm just going to double check. I know Esther sent it out. Hey, because I replied to it a few days ago. Hey, Esther, can you confirm Andrea's office hours answer has been sent to her inbox? It's here grade, and if it's grade, it means it's gone to your inbox. So I'm very confident in that. Min, But I think it only went out yesterday, which is why you may not have seen it yet. Right, interesting. So is this question, sorry, I was just seeing the other part of Andrea's just quickly. When did you submit this? This is still a few days ago. You're beginning to think that your area is too small. You're worried if you've maxed it out. Nah, it's not that small. 25 emails. Your area's not that small. What's your geographical, what's your audience size? Can you let me know what your audience size is inside Facebook? Like, unless you're in a tiny country town with like 6,000 people, but you're not. Let me know what your geographical region is in your ad set, what your potential reach is. Potential reach. Min, sorry, you were next. Min. You said you submitted a question in the portal. No, did you? Or did you ask for something in here? Min, in the portal. Cool. Let me have a look. Got it. And select. Cool. So they're the two images. They're cool. So she just sent me through 2 images for potential images for the ads. I like them both. I think they're both really fun. You got a good photographer friend, whoever that is, because that's cool. I really like both those images. Which one would I choose? Let me just have a quick look at the ad copy and see which one I feel adds best to it. Like connects best with your ad copy. So Facebook ad copy. And I might just even share these with the people on this call right now, 2 min, so that they can give some feedback on this as well. So what's at the top, I'm not quite sure what the top is. Is that the headline? If it is, it's far too long. So remember, your headline should be online personal branding workshop or something like that. Oh, no, I just call it online workshop, and then I'd have a heading as to like a name of the workshop. And for me, in my experience, things like how to benefit without pain, how to create your brand without, whatever the pain point is, whether they feel like they're inexperienced, whether they feel like it's going to cost too much money, whatever the pain point is, whether they feel like they're going to be overwhelmed by it. So how to create an incredible personal brand without the overwhelm, or something like that. So if that's the headline at the top now, it's too long how many words you've got in at the moment. Because if you think about it, the headline is that bit below the below the image in your Facebook ad. The headline is only 2 lines deep. So it's actually quite a short headline. And that's on a desktop. On a mobile, it's obviously much shorter. So, yeah, and same thing with your. Just take out the your with the latest Facebook updates and put in a. So ever thought about creating your own personal branding website? Ever thought about creating a personal branding website? The other thing is it's very different. Personal branding to building a website are kind of 2 different things. Like I know we're talking about a personal brand website, but the pain points and things like that, just be aware the pain points are very different for someone building a website compared to someone entering into a personal brand for the first time. They're almost 2 different topics. If I were you and you were going down the personal branding route, I would just make websites a part of that, but it's more of a personal brand sort of experience, right? That people are wanting to communicate and get across to market. Because right now, this ad and these pain points are all based on the pain points of a website. Yeah. Had fun, I'll do it less, a bit more. Yeah, just I reckon that message is a little bit skewed there potentially to make sure you get the right people. I think if you're talking personal brand, you've got to talk to a personal brand. If you're talking websites, you've got to talk websites. I think they're two very different pain points, and right now the pain point's revolving around websites. Just letting you know that. Perfect. Perfect. So text is good. In terms of imagery then, if you were doing the more website angle, I would go the couch. If you're going to go down more of the personal brand, being a mentor around personal brand more generically around how to create an incredible personal brand, I'd go option 1. So I'll just quickly show it to the girlies too, just to get some feedback on what they think. Where is it? Share screen. Window to share. Oh, you can't see. There you go. What do you reckon for a Facebook ad, guys? I feel like, I never want my ad to look like an ad. That's my main goal. I don't want an ad really to look like an ad. I want it to look like a demo or a moment or a story or something like that. So that's why I was leaning towards option 1, because I just think that's fun and that's relatable. But number 2 isn't too professional. It's it's not like she's wearing a corporate blazer and she's standing there with her arms crossed. It's still super relaxed. We're going more the blues. There you go. On the option 2. Number 2, I like the brightness and the colours on the left, but I prefer the layout of the right. Yeah. The blue top. Cool. And this is something that you test with your market, right? So it looks like we're starting with 2 then. I mean, you are in the business space. It's not like you're coaching mums or something like that. So it's like, if it was, I'd probably go option 1. But yeah, everyone's saying option 2. Min says, thank you, guys. Yeah, you're right. It's not too corporate that it's feeling super staged, but it's a little bit more professional. Yep, start with option 2. Yep, another one there. So basically everyone that's responded to this now has said option 2, so there you go. Option 2, another 3 people said option 2. Kate likes option 1 because she's leaning into me, which I agree. I kind of feel like that's different in the news feed. But start with option 2, and then it's definitely something you can try and add for option 1. If I'm wanting to test images, I'll duplicate. I'll take this off. I'll duplicate the ad set, right? So I'll take one ad set, I'll duplicate it. P.S. For those in their first week, Kate, Gigi, you will see all of this in the Facebook training. Don't freak out. Facebook's almost one of the later things that you do, because you've got to get your offer right. You've got to get your kind of funnel mapped out, and then you start filling it up from Facebook. So yeah, duplicate the ad set. Facebook doesn't like you having 2 ad sets that are identical in terms of the people you're targeting. So normally our different ad sets have different interest groups. Like we'll target mums. This is just simple, right? We'll target mums and dads, and they'll be in 2 ad sets. So they're 2 very different. They'll always be the same ad, but they're going to 2 different audiences. However, let's say with the mums, I wanted to test 2 images like you do. I want to test image A and image B. If you take your mum ad set and duplicate it, Facebook doesn't like that, because it's like, if you haven't changed anything in the ad set and the interests, you're basically almost competing against yourself, right? So it's like you're trying to show 2 ads and kind of saturate that ad set. And so it doesn't super like that. All you need to do is change the date range by a year. So if you're going 25 to 60, just duplicate everything, change the image. And in terms of the ad set, just go 26 to 60. That's all you have to do. And Facebook's like, oh, cool, this is a different ad set, even though it's exactly the same. Just everyone's 1 year older, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you can always do that. But first, I'll make sure that I know which ad sets perform for me, which ad sets actually make me money. Yeah, and there's, when it comes to, you'll see this in the Facebook troubleshooting stuff. I might make a shorter version of that ad, of that training with just the troubleshooting bits. I'll just quickly make a note. can you please talk to me today about making a shorter version of the advanced FB training? Cool. I'll make a shorter version. I might put that up somewhere so that you guys can access it too, because once the ad goes live, sometimes my girls get crazy results. Like people always get their emails from usually when they're like, oh my gosh, I just made, someone the other day spent $700 and made 12,000. Someone the other day, for every 2 cents she spent on Facebook, she made $1. For 2 cents, she was making $1 back. So I love hearing those stories. But then other times put your ad out there and it goes crickets. You're not sure why. And there's a few different things that it could be. The ad might be set up incorrectly. The copy might not be the way that the market wants to be talked to. The offer itself could have flaws in it where people are like, I just genuinely don't want that enough to click and give you something, give you an email address or start off that journey. It's just genuinely not hitting the spot for me. So it's usually one of those three things. Either it's not set up properly, the copy isn't written to connect, even though it's a good offer, they don't quite get it because the copy isn't right, copy/image, or the offer is just like, I don't want that. And there's not a great deal I can do about the offer, apart from like coach you along into a different type of offer. I can't make I'm not saying this is yours, Min, but a lot of the times when I see the offer, I'm like, no one's going to care about that. And I can't make a bad offer a good offer. I can evolve into a new offer that they actually do want, but at the end of the day, I can't make a bad offer a good offer. Like I can't, what's the weirdest offer I've tried to coach someone out of selling before? So I've had a few. I had someone once try and sell $3 this is more the business model. $3. No, it wasn't $3. That's right. This was the offer. It wasn't $3. That was the problem. The first step, they could reserve a USB light for $3. So it was a light that like clipped in your computer, which was actually quite cool. I've been looking for something like that that could clip into my computer and then shine a light on me, particularly for video. I think it was more designed to shine a light down if you're writing as well. Anyway, it was a clip-on USB light, $3 to reserve your light. And then on the next page, it went up to $197 to like finalize your payment. So it was a $200 USB light. I was like, no one wants that. First, it's massively misleading. And secondly, like, you can't charge $200 for a USB light. Like, there's all sorts of bits and pieces that will cause an offer to just have your market reject it. And so they might reject it on the ad itself and not be clicking and going through to your landing page, or they might be starting to reject it on the landing page offer. Not necessarily rejecting it, but just going, nah, not enough. So that's why whenever I've got anything on Facebook, it's always like hugely valuable training or valuable content. It's always got to be a valuable offer. It's got to almost hurt you a little bit that you don't have to charge for that. And it shouldn't be a time conversion, but that you don't get to charge for that. You should almost be like, oh gosh, this is worth money. Like, this is good stuff that I'm giving people away. Because on the flip side, people get excited about that. Wow, this is super valuable. I would expect to pay for something like this. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity and start the process. I had someone the other day say, I don't really want to do lead magnets on Facebook because I don't want to be giving away stuff for free to my market. They need to pay me for everything. I'm like, you just can't do that in 2017. Like, people aren't desperately sitting on Facebook waiting for your ad to appear so they can click and give you money. People don't want to do that. People don't like parting with their money. People like you solving their problem. And you got to prove to them first. And all the noise and clutter out there, you got to prove to them first. I was talking to someone the other day in real estate. They were like, really, all I want to do is have people call me. So can I just ask people to call me? I'm like, why would people call you? That's what every real estate agent wants people to do. Of course, that would be great if everyone would just pick up the phone and have a chat with you. But they're not going to. You have to give first, right? People aren't just going to call you because you want them to call you. People are going to call you because you've already given an amazing hour-long training on real estate. They now like you. They now trust you. They feel like they know you, and they're now comfortable to give you a phone number so they can have a chat. Yeah. Yeah. Making sense? Next was Gigi. What are the 3 major platforms to promote new products, please? Can you clarify that a little bit more for me? Are you meaning to advertise? Like, are you talking about that in terms of advertising product? And if so, can you tell me what product you're advertising, what your business is? Because it's slightly different for each. Let me know what your business is. If you're like a local brick and mortar business, if you're an online physical store, like physical product online store, if you're a coach or consultant, like put in there professional services, what sort of business do you have? And I'll be able to match you up with the platforms. Next question, Sally Ann. Let me have a look at yours, Sally Ann. Oh, yes, I saw yours yesterday. Yes, this was going to be a long one to answer, so I just was going to answer this one today live because I felt like writing it back to you was harder. Okay, or not going to add the kind of value I wanted to add. So I've just taken a break recently. She's been traveling for 10 weeks. Amazing. And she's wanting to know, she originally was developing a self-liquidating funnel, offering a free chapter of a book, and then offering the book itself, then an online course, then a 6-week course, a short online course, then a 6-week course. But she didn't end up going live with it. The book is the only product she's currently selling. And I now need to progress to something that will make more money. Totally. Like, yeah, just selling the margin from a book. I was talking to someone about this the other day. When their only offer was the book, you got to be like a best-selling New York Times author to make good money from that. And any author will tell you that, right? It just ends up being a labor of love. If you want to make good money, you have to be a New York Times bestseller. And as a result, you have to have a marketing team to be able to promote that. You need to be with a publishing house because the margins just aren't enough. It's all about volume when you're in book publishing, if that is your major source of profit, right? So if that's not where you are, you're not a New York Times bestselling author and you don't have a publishing house on board, it's going to be hard to make any sort of good cash out of a book because probably margins are what, I mean, sometimes it's $3, other times margins could maybe be $15, unlikely, probably around the $10 mark, $8 to $10 mark for a book margin. So if you want to make $100,000 a year, you've got to take out your costs, you've got to take out your tax, you're probably sitting at around, I don't know, over 30,000 books, right? Yeah, over 30,000. It's just like, it's a big job. It's a big job. Okay, so there needs to be a better value ladder sitting behind that. And the book can be like a first step, but at the same time, a lot of people are giving away the whole ebook online for free. Like just the first chapter of your ebook, it's not really valuable enough anymore. It's not valuable enough anymore. You've got to give away, you've got to give away a book, right? And it mustn't be a whole book, but a shortened version of a book. Giving away the first chapter is no longer a lead magnet. It's like a strings attached lead magnet. It's like, here, I'm going to tease you and not give you the actual value. I'm going to give you a part of it and then force you to pay me for the rest. So unless the first chapter of the book is like packed full of value and is standalone and an incredible like piece of content, if the first chapter is really that great, then turn that into like a lead magnet. Don't make it look like a first chapter, because everyone knows that the first chapter of a book is like the basics, laying the foundation for what's to come. So it's not as valuable anymore. See, the biggest thing here is, I reckon, have you watched The Evolution, Sally? Because I reckon that's where you're at right now. Have you watched The Evolution? Because you're basically in the space of got to come back to yours in a second, Gigi. You're basically in the space. Can you explain that a little bit more, Gigi? I don't know what that means. Technology and relational market. I don't know what that marketing. Have you got an app for? Who's it for? What do you actually help people do with what you've got? Let me know how you're delivering that, because that doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure like you've got it. You've got an initiative there, but I'm just not understanding it from what you've just said. Who was I talking to? Sally Ann. Sally Ann, have you watched The Evolution of a Coach Consultant? Because you're in the coach consulting space, right? Because we need to start Here you go. Off the short. Good girl. I should have kept on reading your question. She says, I now feel that I need to offer the short course and the 6-week course that I've originally done in my first funnel. I need to be able to offer that face-to-face first. It's exactly what I was about to say. So I should just finish reading your question. I'd like to promote the book too. Yep. So here's what I would do. I would do a consult funnel, and I would give away your lead magnet. Has to be meaty, and it has to be an opportunity for you to show your authority and build trust. So your lead magnet should be like a 20-minute training, right? And it could be face-to-face. It could be on a whiteboard. It could just be a slide pack, right? If you don't have a good camera setup, just go a slide pack. Do a good 20-minute video. Give away some awesome value. Give away some awesome content, right? A free training. And then in that process, in that process, you will then transition to the end stage where you ask them if they'd like to join you in a consult to take advantage of another opportunity that you've got for them. Okay. So at the end of that video, you transition, you spend 20 minutes teaching, and then you spend 8 minutes, like another 30%, talking about the next opportunity you've got for them, sharing a couple of testimonials, and inviting them into a free consult. And in that consult, you sell a program that people will join you in for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever you want it to be. You sell your coaching in that. You need to do that first. You need to get that authority. We can't go from a hobby in the space, not saying that this is what you were, but you can't go from a no one in the online space or a hobby into an online thought leader, which is basically what those online courses require you to be. So keep that in mind. But yes, I would absolutely go that way. Now, I know that right now in that process, the book isn't there. P.S. All good books create amazing lead magnets. So use some of the content in your book to create the lead magnet. Offer the consult, and that's the way that you're going to be able to make, 1, return on your Facebook spend, and 2, profit in those consults when you're selling your higher end programs. Now, of the people that actually join you in your higher end programs, that'll probably be like 5% of the people that initially inquire. That's about right. The other 95%, there's still probably 30% of them that actually want to buy something from you, but that's just not quite the right fit. Offer them the book. So use the book as more of a downsell. So do the consult funnel, and then in your email list, like every couple of days, be giving them a little bit of value in the email and inviting them to go over and buy the book. Little teasers, little bits of mini like email training, little stories, aha moments, inspiration, that kind of stuff in those emails, and keep pushing them over to a book purchase page. So use that more as your second step for people that don't take advantage of the first one, where the money's actually being made and you're able to offer the highest level of value to people. I hope that helps. Sally Ann, you just lost power and you've reconnected with an iPhone. I was just basically saying your book should be your downsell. So go first through a consult funnel. So going from a chunky lead magnet, like a 20-minute video training, something like that, they work best. They work really well for me. Go from a training into like a chunky lead magnet, not just like a checklist. That's not enough anymore. Going to a chunky lead magnet, then into a consult opportunity at the end of that lead magnet. So on the thank you page, play the video of the training, and at the end of it go, hey, would you like the opportunity to be able to achieve more with me, blah, blah. Join me in a consult. Completely no obligation, complimentary, and in this consult, you and I are going to get blah achieved together, right? Get this stuff done. And then at the end of the consult, you give a bit of value, and then you say, great, now here's the opportunity, the next steps. Would you like to join me? And try and get like at least 1 in 2 or 2 out of 3 people saying yes. And that's how you sell your program. The book, then everyone else goes through that consult funnel. If they still haven't said yes after a couple of weeks, then introduce the book as that second step. What price should the 6-week program be? It all depends on your market. So every market's completely different. It's all about the perceived value of your market. So you need to just go and do some competitor research. What kind of inclusions are you wanting to offer in your program? Do some competitor research. Start searching for coaching, consulting, mentoring programs, words like that online with your niche before it. So parenting coach, those kinds of things, marriage coach, whatever it is. Yours is nutritionist coach, nutritionist, mentor, nutritionist program, stuff like that, or nutrition, whatever it is. And you need to let your market tell you, because every market's different. Perceived value of the fitness market is quite low. Perceived value of creating wealth, so business building, property, financial, anything like that is quite high. It all depends on the market itself. So base that on your competitor research. And the first consult is free, and it depending on the end price of the product. If you're selling like a 50 grand kitchen renovation, then the consult could actually go up to half an hour. I was selling, when I was selling my online one-to-one coaching, they were between 2 grand and sometimes 20 grand, but sort of usually between 2 and 10 grand. My consult will go for half an hour. I'd give them all some value for the first 10, and then I'd show them the next step. So 30 minutes, I'd give them all some value for the first 20 minutes and show them the next step for the last 10 minutes. If it's something at a lower price point than that, then I would go 15, like you can do a 15, 20-minute consult, but yeah, let your market tell you. Okay, so Gigi's question was around, I'll just get the first question from down here. So your question, what are the 3 major platforms to promote new products, please? And what do you do? I'm not going to read it out loud, but it's around technology, just because I know you're... Oh, it's in network marketing, is it? Okay. So if you're... Right, so wellness market, and I'm guessing you're going to be probably going after millennials in a lot of cases, because empty nesters aren't really going to be the first adopters of this kind of stuff. So in your case, if this is a brand new product, no one's ever done anything like this before, you've got a lot of education marketing. Education marketing is a tough one, because if you have to educate your market before you get to sell to your market, because your market aren't educated in your product or the benefits, and it's not a product they're familiar with, you've got to do education campaigns first before you actually get to market to them, because they've got to actually understand what you've got. That was like when we bought the first, 10 years ago now, when we bought the first inflatable screens in my first business into Australia, and no one knew what inflatable screens were for like outdoor cinemas. No one knew what they were. They weren't Moonlight cinemas or any of the Starlight cinemas out at that time. And so we had to educate the market first on what these were. We had to show them pictures. We had to show them why they were better than other screens, how they went up, like little demonstrations. And then we could say, would you like one, and how you could use this and how you could make money out of this and so on. So, yeah, you need to do education. In your case, I would say, so Facebook's my #1 platform still. It's become harder in 2017, but it's, I think, just because there's more advertisers, but it's still the cheapest, fastest way to get in front of huge volumes of people. And it's the most demographically segmented in the sense that it's the most targeted. You can focus so that your spend is only on a really targeted group of people that you want to acquire, and you can start from $5 a day. So that's why I like Facebook so much. If you're wanting to do Google, you need to invest more. If you're wanting to do, AdWords, cost per clicks are more expensive in general. So all other platforms take longer or are more expensive in terms of a bigger upfront commitment or just a larger ongoing commitment. And so I like it that Facebook, you don't need a big upfront chunk. You can just start really cheap. So it's better for the newbie entrepreneur as well. And because it's so big, you can scale to really high heights. So that if you're talking about top of funnel kind of stuff, like ways to fill up my funnel, in your case, I would say Facebook. Don't do anything personal. I mean, this isn't your business, so you can't actually... I think if you're a network marketer, which I think is what I read before, so it's not your business, so you don't really have any ability to do anything on Google, but you could do Facebook, you could do probably Pinterest in your space is worth doing as well, and then I would say YouTube ads, YouTube advertising. So that would probably be the 3 ones, but you always just start with one traffic platform, build one bridge at a time, nail that traffic platform, and only when you've nailed that can you do others. The good thing about Facebook is that it's kind of the easiest one to use out of all the paid traffic compared to AdWords and all the different platforms. It's probably the easiest one to use for what it gives you, the kind of features that it gives you. And at the end of the day, if you know how to sell your product or service on a paid advertising platform, you're on to a winner. Like if you know how to use Facebook advertising to sell your offer, you can use the same principles, the same things you've learned, and you can apply that on any paid traffic strategy. So sure, Facebook won't be around forever, but because of the skills that you've learned, you're able to then take advantage of whatever comes up in 5 years' time that's new and improved and fandangle, right? So it makes you more confident as a marketer, which is your main skill set as a business owner, how to actually sell your product and service. It makes you more confident in being able to do that for the long term and having that longevity in your business because you actually know how to market. So Facebook, then probably Pinterest, then probably YouTube for you. Probably Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest in that order. All of them do advertising. I'm talking about advertising right now. Obviously, there's free things you can do, but you just need to put in a lot more work and you need to have a little bit of luck when it comes to free things, like just posting on Instagram. You kind of need to be, you need to put in more time to be able to create that content on a regular basis because the content's only there for, 24 hours before it needs to be refreshed. YouTube was the other one, Gigi. So, yeah, you can post on Instagram, but you do need luck or contacts, right? If you need someone to pick it up and run with it, or you just need a little bit of luck. Like the makeup artist I was talking to recently, who got featured by Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. She did like a really cool demo on her Instagram. She'd been plugging away for years, right? Making zero money. Years and years. Posting like twice a week, 3 times a week, sometimes more. Always trying to find new content. And then she just got picked up. He reshared her post. And now she's got like 200,000 followers. And now it's the first time she's actually been able to make money out of what she's doing in a proper way. So I would not like you to rely on that. I don't want you to have to get lucky with social. I want you to be able to rely on a platform that you have control over to a point. I know that Facebook still own it, but you have a little bit more control over that space. Sweet. Yeah, so all of that's in the portal. Just work through the portal. If you're in the Doing Academy, work through module by module. Whatever portal you're in, it's all designed to go from beginning to end. When people ask me where should they start, should I jump into module, 5 or 6, do some Facebook advertising first? I'm like, no, start at number 1. Because you can go and build a Facebook ad. It'll mean nothing unless we've got the right offer, unless we've got the right price points, unless we've done a competitor research, unless we know the way that we're going to approach to market. We know your voice in that market. We've got a nurture set up for them. Sorry, I've got a cold and I'm really nasally today, so it probably sounds like I'm pinching my nose. Next question is from Edwina. Let me answer yours, Edwina. E. Let me just hit refresh. You might have just put it in. Got it. Sorry, just popping my ears. That would have looked really attractive. Okay. Awesome. So what's this one for? It says, can you tell me a little bit more about what this photo is for? Is this for a Facebook ad? Or, I love the copy. I love the copy. I really quite like that, actually. That's cool. What's it for? Is it a Facebook ad? Good job. Oh, you sent a separate question in the portal. I don't have it. I only have the photo that you sent through. Let me just have a quick look. Edwina. Got yours here. Oh, I got your earlier question when I made about the audience size. Remember how I've replied to that one via email? Because I made an actual Q&A answer to that and put that in the Answers Hub for you. I'm guessing it's something else that you've sent me. I don't have it. Can you resend it? While I just die here. Yeah, don't have it. Just set the screenshot as well just then. Cool, let me have a look. Refresh, still hasn't come through. Hard refresh. Reloading. Might have to come back to that one, Edwina. I love your photo, if that helps. But I'm guessing you wanted more feedback than that, but I love your photo. I like how it's really professional. Whoever took the photo knows how to take photos. Have a look at this, guys. Oh, no, I won't. I'll leave it to you. I don't want to share it too much because I know some of this kind of stuff is confidential. Good photo. And I love your one-liner. Like anyone who's about to have a baby or has just had a baby will be like, yes, tell me. I love it. So good. Yeah, I'll double check that one in a minute for you as well, Edwina. Now, Adair, I've got a business video coming out. It'll be launched on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. Cool. And when you say launched, do you mean paid campaigns or free campaigns? As in just like posting it in your social platforms or paid? How would I leverage off that with a Facebook ad? Yeah, so a few different types of Facebook ads. I normally want to try and get conversions off from a Facebook ad, right? So I use website conversions, as do most marketers who are spending millions of dollars on Facebook. I use, what was I just saying? I use conversions. So that's what I teach on inside. Oh, everything hurts from the gym. I use website conversions ads, but to do a website conversion ad, you need to be able to give something first on Facebook to be able to attract their attention and then transition to that next step, that next micro commitment of time or money towards you. In terms of video content, so the custom conversions, those kinds of website conversion campaigns are all designed to help people convert into your community, right? So usually the first conversion step will be to give you an email and trust you enough with an email address. And then we try and get the next level, and so on. If, however, you don't necessarily want conversions, you just want to get your brand out there and have brand awareness. Now, I'm not saying that will result directly in an increase in profit because it's just the goal of those types of campaigns is just brand awareness. But if you're trying to get brand awareness, which it kind of suggests you are from the way you've structured this question, then I would use what's called either a brand awareness or video views campaign. Both of them are great. So brand awareness or video views. The whole aim of that is the way that Facebook's trying to optimize those kinds of ads compared to how it optimizes the conversion ads. Optimizing the conversion ad, it's actually watching people get over to your landing page and put their email in. So it's actually tracking people and it's sending you more and more people who are similar to the people who are putting their email in. So it's just always about the conversion. However, on the flip side, brand awareness or video views campaigns are just all about, so brand awareness is all about getting your video in front of as many people as it possibly can. Video views is getting your video watched by as many people as you possibly can. So if you're just wanting to get exposure, video views and brand awareness campaigns work really well. I haven't done it this year, but last year I saw a really good bump. I don't know why I haven't done it this year. But I've been getting enough from what I've been doing. But I saw a really good bump when I had my conversion ad running and I've just put a few dollars a day on a video views campaign at the same time. And I found that just increased my presence. People would watch the video views and whilst I got views on this, what was happening over on this side, my conversion rate started to get cheaper and cheaper, like my conversion costs started to get cheaper and cheaper because people started to see me a little bit more online. So it sometimes works really well when you've got both running together. But the good thing about video views and brand awareness, it's not getting people to directly take an action, but it is getting your brand in front of a lot of people, and it's super cheap, like 2 cents a view, right? It's really, really cheap. So you get really good exposure on that side, but it doesn't necessarily result in obvious sales that you can track. If you want those obvious sales, go the custom conversions, like website conversions, which is what I teach in the Facebook training. So yeah, that's how you get it out in Facebook. YouTube advertising, you can set up yourself. I personally find the Google platform really way harder to use than Facebook. And I find Facebook sometimes a little bit challenging. YouTube, I personally find harder. I haven't met anyone who said, oh, YouTube's easy, as in Google. So Google owns YouTube, AdWords, they're paid platforms, Content Display Network, they're paid platforms. I find them really clunky. I feel like you have to be, you could figure it out. If you know how to do a Facebook ad, you could take that same information and figure out how to do it in YouTube advertising, but I always find it a bit challenging. So I've got someone who does my YouTube ads because I find it too hard. So I would outsource the YouTube advertising. I have got some training in the portal, in the Doing Academy, on how to rank an organic YouTube video as well, though. It's getting more and more competitive. You used to, 5 years ago, you could rank a YouTube video in a week. Now it takes a little bit longer. But, yeah, there is some training in there in, I'm going to say, the free traffic section on how to do video marketing with YouTube. For the free part, how to try and rank it for when people are searching for search terms. Andrea, just looking at yours here, potential reach is 120,000. Nah, your potential reach is fine. It's not massive, but your potential reach is fine. So it went really well the first week, and it's just slowed down in the last 2 weeks. And you haven't, I'm assuming you haven't changed anything, right? Did you start scaling? Did you start scaling or change anything? Let me know from the first week to the second if anything changed in your ad, because that's really weird. If it were me and I was seeing those results and I literally hadn't changed anything, I would personally just duplicate it, turn the original one off, and try a fresh whole campaign or just a fresh ad set. Probably just a fresh ad set to start with, or a whole campaign. Much for muchness. Maybe a whole campaign just to keep it separate. I would duplicate the campaign and all the ad sets and ads, and I'll just switch off the first one and then turn on the second one. Turn it on between 8 and 10 in the morning. Because if you literally haven't changed anything, it should flow. If you had 20,000 people in that audience, maybe. But I'm pretty sure you're only spending $5 a day or $10 a day. I don't think you'd be spending heaps. You shouldn't be burning out that audience. And as you said, your daily reach is only 200 to 500 people. So no, burnout's not a problem. It's something else. If you haven't changed anything in the ad in between those times, try just kind of resetting it. Try going again by just copying the first one and turning it on tomorrow morning. Is it normal to have a blitz when you first launch? Yes, but not that short. Burnout after a few months, maybe, not a week. Can you do that? If you're still not seeing those similar kind of results after 3 or 4 days, can you just change the image for me? Because basically, if you do get burnout, usually all you have to do is change the image and you see a spike again, right? So normally you'd want to change the image, though, every 6 weeks. So it's very early for a change of image. It's very early for the ad to burn out, but that will kind of tell you if the ad did burn out. You just swap out the image and you should be able to get a slightly different type of market, a slightly different type of result, rather. So first, duplicate it, just see if you can get those same results. If you're still not seeing anything over the next sort of 5 days, or you're not seeing it get back to its old levels, then try duplicating one of the ad sets, turn off the original one, duplicate the ad set, and just swap out the image. Don't change anything else, just swap out the image, see if you can get it back up again. That will tell you if it works with this change of image, it means it's burning out. But you'd have to spend $50 for 4 weeks really for that to burn out. It's too quick to burn out. Next question is from answered that. Ria. So let me just quickly read your question. I've developed a 7-day challenge that involves healthy coaching principles and basically a great foundation prior to a healthy coaching consult. It involves 7 short training videos and a worksheet for each day. Should I use this as a lead magnet or keep it as a lower end product? Please use it as a lead magnet. I'm not saying that you have to use it as a lead magnet forever, but use it as a lead magnet for now. When you're selling into a consult, oh, I've got big circles under my eyes. This is a really unattractive camera. When you're selling it, when you're like moving people into a consult to be able to then sell something higher priced, if you give a really valuable lead magnet, you have better luck selling a really valuable high-end program. So yeah, it's something like kind of, I mean, Mike Dillard, a really successful, if I start yawning, it means I need to drink more water usually. He's a really successful entrepreneur coach in the States of men. He has the Self-Made Man Society. And one of his most successful lead magnets of all time was a 5 or 7 part video series. And they got 1 a day. But at the end of each of the videos, he kept pushing back to the consult or to whatever your next step is. So some people just need 1 video and they're like, oh, I love what you do. Let's talk. Others will need to like 3 or 4. Others will need to feel like they've achieved and got value out of the whole 7. And they'll be like, right, I've finished that. Let's have a talk. You know, so you get people at different points. And because as you've probably got, right, the challenges are different. They're seeing slightly different sides of you in each of the challenges. Certain things will resonate more with others, with some than others, you know. So absolutely, lead magnet it up, baby. You won't regret it making a lead magnet. And I'm not saying you have to do that forever, but start there, and at least then you know that your lead magnet is valuable, and reiterate that, like kind of confirm, like this is incredible value, like completely free for a very limited time. I'm going to be giving away free access to my 7-day challenge. Yeah. Thanks, Edwina. I'll have a quick look here now. See if I can get the other screenshot. I still hadn't refreshed last time, but I'll just quickly hit refresh. And I'll go sort by first name. Got it. Okay. Yeah, and you know the best way to resize stuff like this? Canva. So in Canva, they have Canva, for those that don't know, free online design tool. And in Canva, they have the exact, like they have a template for a Facebook ad. So it's the exact dimensions of a Facebook ad, which is Facebook ad dimensions, 1200 by 628, I believe. See display, I don't know what I was trying to say. It wasn't what I said. Display specs, I was trying to say. Where are the display specs? Ads guide, I've got the placement. Where are the specs? Design recommendations, here you go. It should be, yeah, I was right, 1200 by 628. I was right, 1200 by 628, just FYI. Cool, the only thing is the ad's way too short. So that copy, you've got to go through and at 1, be careful of the word you and your. Remember how in the you and your, if you look at my Facebook updates, below all of my Facebook trainings, you'll see that they started to not like the you and your kind of terminology a couple of months ago because they felt it was too aggressive and too direct. So you can just say I'm scared by childbirth or whatever it is. And the other thing is the ad, I need you to go and look at my Facebook training on copywriting because it's not got the right flow. It's got a couple of things in there, but it's only like, what, 10 lines? And it's not kind of enough. You haven't covered off the main points in there. I can't really see a brand new day or your aha moment or stuff like that, which is really powerful when you're running ads. They're always my top converting. So I just want to give you the best chance possible for your ad to convert. That's going to do it. So just check out my Facebook ad training. And you should be getting closer to the mark. Also, make sure you've got an ad description in there as well. Yeah, my Facebook ad training shows you, though, how to write the ad itself. Just need a bit more copy. It's a bit brief at the moment. But the image is awesome. Yeah, Edwina did squats yesterday and is struggling as well. Totally. Everything hurts. Yesterday, she did glutes and thighs. Today, she did abs and arms. So I'm like, kill me now. But how good was this? Went into the office the other day. Whoever's transcribing this video in my team, get excited. You can tell Alyssa this. I went into the office the other day and she said, have you been going to the gym more? And I said, yes. And she said, just quietly, I don't know if this is awkward or not, but I did notice that your bum looks way perkier. She's Canadian, so she's like, your butt looks way perkier. She doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. And I was just like, yes. I was like, oh, Alyssa, please. So it's good. I almost feel like showing you right now, but I can't get up. I don't even think it's perkier. I've been going to the gym for like a week and apparently I'm fit. That's what I tell myself anyway. I know it's going to take longer than that. But I'm always after the quick wins and pushing fast. Okay. Awesome, Adair. I was just looking at your previous stuff from before as well. Let me just have a quick look. Oops. Oh, won't let me. Yeah, so if you're pushing to the consult, I would do conversion ads. If you're pushing to the meet me time, I'll definitely do conversion ads. Ow. Okay, stop complaining, Grace. No one cares. I'm looking for inspiration for an online life coaching course. Any life coaches offering life coaching courses online that you rate? I mean, the biggest ones are probably people like Gabby Bernstein, Danielle Laporte, whatever she is, Danielle Laporte with an E on the end, Laporte. Gabby and Danielle are probably the better ones in terms of course content, in terms of course success. Everyone else then, because I feel like life coaching is a very generic term. Well, it is. I know life coaching is a very generic term. And it's kind of like all the other successful people that I know in that space have their own angles in how they approach that. So some come from like a neuroscience point of view. Others come from a food and kind of like organic, back to the roots life coaching point of view. Others come from body and mind, kind of bringing in fitness and like head and body wellness. Others come from like a hypnosis side. So the way you'll get the most power is if you just don't try and be everything to everyone. And you actually try and niche it in and go, you know what, I'm the expert in this space here. The more niche you can be, the more you can charge, and the easier it is to convert people towards you, because people don't just feel like it's a generic, bland message that kind of applies to me. They're like, oh my gosh, how does she know me? How does she know exactly what I'm going through right now? This is exactly what I need, right? So the more niche you go, the more you can charge. And the more easier it is to convert. I shouldn't say easy. It's never easy to convert someone and trust you enough to give you a card, but the higher the conversion rate. Now, one other thing on that, make sure that you go through the evolution of a coach or a consultant, Holly. So, oh, cool. You're an offline executive coach. Awesome. Good. We've already got your angle there. Again, quite a few career coaches. So we need to have an angle on that as well. Are you a career coach for back to work mums? Are you a career coach for high level executive males? Are you a career coach for, whatever it is? For middle management, trying to get to that next step. Yeah. Because you just need to be more specific. Thanks, Andrea. You love my Canadian accent. I just need to be more specific about the more niche you are, the more you can talk more directly to their problem, because life coaching can cover, like, just a man to female life coaching offer is like so different. And I'm not saying that you have to only service those people, but you come at it from an angle so that people are gravitating, that kind of real niche gravitates more towards you. And of course you'll pick up other people along the way that don't explicitly fit that demographic, but hear about you or see you and love what you do regardless and want to be involved. But yeah, very different angles. Andrea, how I was talking the other day about, the ClickFunnels intro. Was I telling you this? I don't think I was. The ClickFunnels intro if you ever go to clickfunnels.com and you see that video, you all know what I'm talking about, girls, like where it's that video and she's like, "Hey, Jared." And then Jared walks out and she's like, he says, hey, I don't know what the name is. I never listen past the "Hey, Jared" because I'm always trying to find the sign-in button. And when I'm going into ClickFunnels, I'm like, got to find the sign-in button before they start talking because they're so annoying. Sorry to the actors, but it really annoys me, that video. And then one of Alyssa's fiance, who she's getting married to in a couple of weeks' time, Alyssa, is named Jared, and she's got a similar accent. Her accent's not annoying, but she's got a similar accent, so it's hilarious. So she's actually got a Jared. She talks to him and says, "Hey, Jared." Yeah, I was going to say something else. Oh, I had a dream the other night about Russell Brunson, the owner of ClickFunnels. Should I say this publicly? No, Russell's not a member, so he won't hear this. It was quite awkward. Should I say this? See, I have a relatively large mouth, and then anyway, I'm going to tell you. I had a dream about him the other night, and I was sitting there with one of my marketing friends and with Adam, my marketing friends, but someone else who runs a business and knows marketing, sitting there with him and Adam, and we were talking conversion rates. These are my dreams, right? Talking conversion rates. And we're like, "Oh yeah, I'm wondering, like, if we change this, could it bump it up another 20% or whatever?" And we were talking to each other about conversion rates. And then in comes Russell Brunson with his, short sleeve shirt collar and all that kind of stuff. In comes him. And my friend who's sitting beside me is like, "Hey, Russ." And I'm like, "It's Russell Brunson, creator of ClickFunnels. It's changed my life." And so I'm just sitting there trying to be cool on the couch. This is a dream if someone's just tuned in. This is a dream 2 nights ago. I'm sitting on the couch and Adam's like, "Hi, Russell, Adam." And we kind of introduced ourselves, and it was really quite exciting for us. And my friend beside me is just like, "Oh, Russ and I go way back." Super relaxed about it. And then Russ sits beside us and starts making moves on me in my dream. And his arm, I'm just going to keep clarifying it's in my dream. And his arm comes around me on the couch. He does the old smooth, yawn and stretch. And I'm just like sitting there just frozen, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Russell Brunson's making a move on me. How do I turn him down?" And then as I went into the kitchen to go and grab something I was making lunch or something, I remember in the dream he came past and just kissed me on the cheek and kept walking. And I was just like, I'm going to have to say something at this point. And Adam comes over, my husband, and he's like, "Babe, come on. Like, what's going on? This is not cool." And I just remember in my dream, I turned to him in all sincerity and I was like, "Darl, it's Russell Brunson." Like, come on. As if I could turn down him. Like, this is going to be tough. It's Russell Brunson. So that's how much of a marketing nerd I am. I have dreams about other marketing nerds and me having to turn them down and going, this is incredibly hard because it's Russell Brunson, and he basically reshaped landing pages for the next generation. Babe, seriously, it's Russell. Like, what do you want me to do? Do you think I need a holiday? I need to sort of get some time away, I think. Okay. If Russell ever listens to this, it's going to be very embarrassing for me. Okay. I have you go. Who was talking about this? Not Ria, it was Holly. Adair in our community, so you can find Adair's probably in the Facebook group, we all are. If you like search for Adair and tag her, Adair says that she has a program called Your Best 12 Months, and she offers it not face-to-face but over Skype and Zoom. It has 12 specific modules, and they can do it in a month or they can do it over 6 months or over a year, depending on how quickly they want to go. But she calls it Your Best 12 Months, and she offers that as a life coaching program. So Adair, I reckon if you Google Your Best 12 Months, you might be able to find her program as some inspiration as well. Annie, I just sent you a question through the portal. Wasn't able to put the URL. Okay, let me have a look. Un momento, Annie. Cool. Paste. Okay, I remember yours. I'm just going to hit refresh on here to see if anything did come through, but you've given me the link regardless. Yep, got yours, Annie. Can you please look at my lead magnet for my Facebook ad? Cool. Let me just quickly look back at the page you just sent me. So are people paying you for that free plus shipping kind of offer? Are people paying you? Hold on, let me just get through the next page. We'll just put my details in. So first things first, first page should only ever have email capture only. Right now you've got first name, email, and phone. So take the email and take the first name and phone off. Where are we sending them next? I didn't get a next page. So can't see the next page. But with this kind of stuff, first the question up the top is a question. So put a question mark at the end of it. And when you've got a heading, the first letter of every word should be capitalized. So R, capital A, cleaning, capital C, products, capital P, are cleaning products costing you a fortune, question mark. Capitalize the first letter of each word. Now, this isn't actually this doesn't follow any of my landing page templates. So as I was saying before, I can't guarantee that this will have great conversions because it's not the same as it doesn't follow the same flow as my landing pages. My concern is that the button is too low on the page still. But if you are offering someone something for free plus shipping, so I've got something that's about to go out for free plus shipping. That is one of my it's this. Oh, no, it's not this at all. It's not that at all. That's another one. Anyway, it's like a guide, right? It's a guide, and I'm giving that away for free plus shipping. So I'm paying for the printing cost. I'm printing 100 of them, and then they are paying for shipping, which is like, I think I'm making it $4.95 for shipping because it's like light and it's not a crazy price for me to ship it. So $4.95. So the free plus shipping offer, just for those that don't know, you use a free plus shipping or a free sample offer to start attracting customers into your database. Even a low priced customer is still so much more valuable than just an email address. So it's a really good way to kind of start stepping up to that next level in the funnel, from email address subscriber, where it's a little bit more like us, them, they haven't yet trusted you with a credit card, into a low priced, because the whole relationship changes when someone gives you a credit card. You get to talk, because they're going to get to the next page and see they have to pay for shipping. You should mention it somewhere on this page that you pay for shipping, and tell them what they'll pay for shipping, $4.95 or whatever it's going to be, $9.95. I'll give you a link for the most successful free plus shipping offer ever, basically. Looked like this. Oh, they've expanded it a lot. No, this isn't it. But I'll put it in. Just, it's weird. It's not the actual page. Let me just see if there's a second version. Nah, can't find it. But yeah, so basically, Annie, I'll just reply it to you. Actually, I'll just quickly share it with you because this is probably an easy way to do it. Share my screen, share. Oh no, that's right. This darned thing. I'll just quickly take a screenshot of it. To do. Okay, so open the screenshots. Sorry guys, I'm just going to share it with you right now just so that people can see how this free plus shipping works. That page 1 and then page 2. So page 1 is open, page 2 is open, share screen. Where are yous? Where did you go? Firefox. Okay. Share screen. No, it's still not letting me share it. Okay, I'll just put the link in here. So this page that I've just shared with you now, weird, don't know why I can't share it. Anyway, this page that I've just shared with you now is the first landing page. And I don't know why, this isn't necessarily the latest landing page, but see how the button's really high and it's really clear what they're getting. It used to be, and I'm pretty sure it still is on the one that they're actually using. I just Googled and found this older version of it, but it's the actual one they use is very similar. When you click on this, when you click on the green button on the first page, usually a pop-up appears asking for the email address. Okay, so pop up for the email address, because the next page, as you can see, you need to put in more details to be able to claim this. So as a result, we want to make sure that we're capturing at least the email address, just for whatever reason people drop out on the next page. It can be because they don't trust you, it can be because they're reconsidering, it can just be because they don't have their credit card on them, or because it's expired, or because it's coming next week. That's cool. At least we've got an email address so we can continue the relationship. We can get them at the time when their credit card has arrived or they are available to make payment. They might be on the bus and it's just too inconvenient because they're about to jump off or whatever it is. Or at least we can build up trust and deal with some objections and build up some urgency to get them to come back if it was more of a trust issue as to why they didn't buy. So when you click on the button on the first page, email address is entered in a pop-up through to the second. Yes, this has been the most successful from all of the case studies that I've ever read and heard of. The amount of money these guys have made is insane. So if you've got an exit intent, so if you scroll away from the first, if you're on the first screen and you scroll over, like you scroll out of the screen, you'll see a little pop-up appear then. So the exit intent's turned on. I'm just not sure why the button pop-up isn't turned on, but that's how it works. So they've basically just got the offer, why it's so good, and then testimonials, just lots of testimonials, which is really powerful. So it's a good layout of the most popular page I've ever seen, but it's quite simple, right? It doesn't have to be crazy complicated. But see how the button isn't pushed down too low, because you just got to always display it on a mobile device. And if I type this into a mobile device, I reckon the headline would be up here. I reckon the image would be here, and I reckon the button would be just above the fold, because 95% of my market, 97% of my market find me first on a mobile. And they normally end up buying on a desktop or laptop computer, but they'll usually spot me first on a mobile. And that's the same for any businesses. Often the conversation starts on a mobile phone and then transitions to higher levels of commitment once they're on a desktop or laptop computer. Awesome. Stop calling me, everybody. Guessing it must be something urgent. Next question is, hope that helps, Annie. But yeah, that's what I'm saying there is, you can see how they talk about the free plus shipping side of things. They're not shy about it. So on the first page, I'm pretty sure it says, no, they've taken it off. They don't say that you have to pay for shipping on the first page. There you go. They just put it as the product name, shipping. All we ask is that you help with the shipping and handling. Cool. Okay. So mimic those kinds of models for free plus shipping models. I know that's a super masculine model. Yours might need to look a little bit prettier because you're selling to males and females. But yeah, that one works really well. Oh, sorry. I'll share that link to everyone as well. I just shared it with Annie. I just realized. That link's now there for everyone. Sorry, guys. That was dumb of me. I just noticed it said Grace Lever to Annie instead of Grace Lever to everyone. So I've given it to you all so you can see that link as well. Cool. So next question. Yeah, no worries. See you later. You can leave it anytime, guys. You can leave as soon as your question's answered. You can hang around if you want to listen to other people's questions. I am not tracking you. I do not mind at all how you want to use these office hours, as long as you're polite and taking massive imperfect action. I am yours. Savenya, you've submitted a question in the portal. Could you please have a look at my Facebook page? Cool. Cool. Trying to sell trial yoga class for $5. Do you think it's the ad in general? I'm trying to free. So, darn it, I can only see the short version of your ad. I can only see the mobile version of your ad. Can you send me the actual full ad so I can read it? So if you're wanting to do something in the lead up to City to Surf, targeting City to Surf people, talk about City to Surf. Like, be open about it. And don't try and hide it. Because if that's something that's on their mind at the moment and they see that, they're going to pick up on it. So talk about, you don't have to hide it or be shy. I can't actually see much because you've only given me the short version of the ad, not the full newsfeed version. But a couple of things in here. Yes, I mean, I can't see the full thing, but yes, I would offer the first class for free. If it's not one-on-one, if it's an outdoor group class, I would let them come to the first class for free. That's been the most successful. Or do the most successful boot camp guy. One of the guys that Adam was working with in, what's his name? Boot camp, Dangerously Fit. I mean, if I Googled, he would come up because he's amazing at Google. dangerouslyfit.com.au. Again, this is more of a masculine brand. He does have quite a few chicks, but it's all black and deadly. Personal trainer, sorry, dangerouslyfit.com.au. I'm just talking about more boot camp style. So this is the #1 boot camp company in the country in terms of how many people he has coming to his boot camps on a weekly basis. So either offer a free class, one free class, or a $1 2-week trial. One of those two usually works best, $1 2-week trial or a free class. If they're giving you a credit card, don't expect them to take you up on the first step. So always have an email capture first to start their process, and then on the next page do the full credit card thing, right? So on Facebook, if you're doing a $1 trial for 2 weeks worth of classes, then and this is you can only do this in a class environment. You can't give away 2 weeks worth of one-on-one training for $1. That's ridiculous. But if you're running a class anyway and you've got someone who could potentially stay for the next 12 months, get them in there. Get them in for 2 weeks. You've got that opportunity to show them you know what you're doing, to show them that it's the next best step for them and their fitness and wellness goals, and you've got plenty of time to be able to sell them into your actual ongoing program. So that your classes don't just become a way of you delivering what people have paid for. Your classes also become a lead generation tool where you've got all these people from all around the area coming in to try it out. So yeah, $1 2-week trial or a free class. And just like everything else, try and capture email only on the first page, and then we go through. If you're doing just a one class, capture first name, last name, email, phone on the next page. If you're doing a $1 trial, you obviously need to capture first name, last name, email, phone, and credit card. So deciding which offer you're going to take to market. Now, the only other thing, is that photo of you or not? Can you let me know that, Svenja? I'm pretty sure you're in here live. Yeah, you are in here live. Yeah, it's this, the whole ad still didn't paste in there, but that's okay. Yeah. Yes. What did you say? That is of you live. Okay. My only thing is it's almost too professional. I don't think it's going to drop the ad. It's almost too professional. I think it's okay. I think that should work. My main thing though is make sure you put in the $1 or free or whatever it is into the ad itself, depending on what you decide to offer. Put that into the headline. So it should say free outdoor yoga class or $1 2-week trial of yoga classes. Yeah. And to be honest, yeah, no, that's what I'd be doing. So that's looking pretty good. In terms of the text itself, would I change the image? No, probably not up front. Probably not up front. I would ideally. No, I wouldn't. Not up front. Ideally, I'd potentially get a good photo of the group, so people, because it always works really well if it's still around you. So it's either got to be a photo like this where it's more of a personal brand photo and they're getting to know you, like you, and trust you, or they're seeing the proof of the class. And they're able to, it's called, like, I call it painting a picture and putting themselves in it, so they can see the morning class and they can put themselves in that class. It depends on how intimidating that class looks. If you're in an amazing location and you can get a gorgeous sunrise or something and have everyone looking like they're having a great time, but if you're in a boot camp and everyone's dying, right, probably don't put that photo up. Yeah, making those couple of tweaks is the way that I would go about it. So, and then making the focus all about like in the copy up the top as well, just like peppering that through free yoga class or sorry, or $1 trial, $1 2-week trial is the way that I would focus on that. The free yoga class is a lead magnet. The $1 2-week trial is still a lead magnet. I know it's still a payment, but it's still a lead magnet. And when you're working with those local geographical regions, because the market's so small and because it's more of it's not kind of a thing that, it's something that people are usually already looking for or interested in. It's not as, it's like, I need to go to the dentist. I need to go to the gym. I need to get a plumber. Like those kinds of services, you normally don't have to have a whole educational series you pass them through. I'm going to go and get a drink because I've got to be coughing at you the whole next 20 minutes. Although I think I've answered, thanks guys, I think I've answered most of my questions. But yes, Savannah, I think you're the last one. And that's the way that I would be approaching that. You can be a lot more direct when you're in the local market. And when you're dealing with something that's more of a necessity than an impulse buy or than a desirability kind of element. Off to a cracking start though. I like it that you're relating with them. I'm thinking maybe though, like maybe the guilt around stretching probably isn't a huge pain point. It definitely doesn't keep me up at night. But feeling this burn right now does. Struggling to sit down at the computer. Nervous about the 3-day post-training burn. Worried that at City to Surf you'll take weeks to recover. Come and join me in the blah blah. That's what I mean about what I mean about being direct is that you don't have to go through like a guide yoga, you can kind of just go straight to the class. That's what I mean by being a bit more direct. Same with a dentist. Like, I wouldn't go and make a guide on how you need to brush your teeth. It's kind of like, get a free x-ray or get a 10%, 20% coupon. You know, I would actually go a bit more towards the service, be a little bit more direct about the service rather than try and go around, because people are going to see that and go, oh yeah, I need to go to the dentist. It's not like, oh, should I go to the dentist though? I don't know, sell me on that a little bit more. It's more of a local necessity. Yeah, that's what I mean by being a bit more direct. P.S. You should all go to the dentist. Okay. Think I've answered all of my questions. Can you guys just let me know in the next sort of 10 seconds? Pop in the chat box if I haven't answered your question, but I'm pretty sure I've answered them all. And if I haven't, I'm going to feel horrible, but I'm pretty sure I've answered them all in order. Go me. Cool. Awesome. Good job, Svenja. Yeah. And yeah, just invest in your local market. If you care about your business as much as I care about mine, I promise you'll be able to get success in the online space, and you'll be able to fill up an incredible funnel. If you care about your business as much as I care about mine, and care about your market as much as I care about mine. Like, actually wanting to make their lives better and being able to communicate that to them. Their lives, and in my case, their business is better, then it becomes a no-brainer. Yeah. Just try, and I'll just make sure that ad isn't too me focused. You want to be relatable, 100%, and you want to show them that I get you statement, but super relatable to them. Not so much around stretching, perhaps more around what not stretching results in, because I don't feel like the guilt of not stretching is a strong enough pain point. You know what I'm saying? Okay, awesome, cool. You are welcome, guys. You're welcome. Well, I'm going to let you roll. I'm going to get a drink and not talk for the rest of the day, as if. No, I think I've got to film. Oh dear, I think I've got to film 6 screen share videos. Oh well, you can't be well 100% of the time. It's part of life. So, well, you can if you're Don Tolman, all those amazing nutritionists who only eat whole foods and never eat junk food. And on Sunday night, I had spaghetti bolognese and a whole pizza by myself. Whoops. Okay, I'm going now because I'm just boring you all. Licorice tea. I hate licorice, Annie. No, who said that? Adair. I hate licorice Adair. Sorry, otherwise I would. But I will drink tea. Does that help? I will drink some tea. Much love to you all. I will talk to you all this time really soon. And I'll be, hanging out in the Facebook group, in the questions portal. Let me know if there's any questions so that I don't miss them. Let me know if there's any questions that you've got. Just submit them into the portal. No, I'll answer them. See you guys. Thanks for joining me. Hope that's been helpful and started to get some of those concepts fleshed out a little bit more. Lemon and ginger, for sure. I could do that. I will go and do one of those. And I will talk to you all really soon. Bye. See ya.